Star Wars: The New Jedi Order, Dark Tide 1, Onslaught. Dramatis Personae, Eligos A. Kla, a New Republic Senator, male, Kamasi, Lando Carlizian, Dubrillion Planetary Administrator, male human, Colonel Gavin Darklighter, Rogue Squadron, male human, Borsk Fe Laya, New Republic Chief of State, male Bothan, Corin Horn, Jedi Knight, male human, Danny Quee, Ex-Gal Society, female human, Ganner Rysodi, Jedi Knight, male human, Shadao Shay, Yuzin Vong Commander, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, male human, Mara Jade Skywalker, Jedi Knight, female human, Anakin Solo, Jedi Knight, male human, Jason Solo, Jedi Knight, male human, Jaina Solo, Jedi Knight, female human, Leia Organa Solo, New Republic diplomat, female human. Prologue. Standing there on the bridge of the Nebulon B frigate, the pirate Urias Zyzen clasped his cybernetic left hand to the small of his back with his right hand. He stared straight ahead at the tunnel of light into which his ship, the Freelance, flew. Given the nature of the frigate's design, with the bridge far forward, he felt as if he were flying there alone, making his way deep into the territory of the outer rim, where no one in his right mind would be found. He glanced back over his shoulder at the Twi'lek, working the navigation station. Time to reversion, Quar? The Twi'lek's long Luku twitched. 5 minutes. Zazen turned on the comlink, clipped it to his jacket's collar. All hands, this is Zazen. Red and blue squadrons prepare for launch. We will be moving to outbound vectors and disabling the smaller yachts. Gunners, we will aim for the escorts. Everyone look sharp, and this may be the last run we ever need make. In and out, clean and easy, you'll all do well. I know. Zazen out. A dark-haired woman stepped up beside Zazen. You really think this haul will earn us enough to retire? It depends upon the quality of retirement you desire, Dr. Carl. The white-haired, white-bearded man turned and smiled at her. Your skills will earn you a good living almost anywhere in the New Republic, and your share of this raid should be enough to buy you a new identity or two. Kenneth Carl frowned. Ever since the peace between the Imperial remnants and the New Republic 6 years ago, we've been forced to go after smaller and smaller targets. The New Republic never condoned what we did, but they turned a blind eye to it while the Imperials were still a threat. Things were good as reconstructed Imperials fled out here to the remnants, but that trade had been trailing off. Is the raid going to be different? Zazen pushed his lips for a moment and then lowered his voice. It's a fair question you ask. The answer is yes. I can feel it in my bones. This raid will be like nothing we've seen in the last 5 years. Annette smiled mischievously, her brown eyes sparkling. You're not going Jedi on me, are you? The Force tells you about this raid. No, I'm far more practical than the Jedi, and more dangerous too. He spreads his arms. We've nearly 900 crew on this ship, 9 times the number of Jedi in the whole galaxy. And while they have the Force to aid them, I have 2 powerful allies with me, greed and arrogance. Oh, your plan was good. Correction, my plan was brilliant, Zazen laughed. We let a couple of ships go free because they're traveling together. Then I set up a guy who says he can organize convoys through deep space to the remnants. We people demand in positions in our convoy. In fact, they paid well for the privilege of traveling safely. But no refunds, correct? The doctor smiled. The credits they've spent are just a down payment. Exactly. They gathered at dark. We will have headed out, and the last of them should be hitting the rendezvous point in 10 minutes. We'll round up what's already there, then pick off the last one and go. Zazen smoothed his mustache with his flesh and blood right hand. It's been a grand run. This last raid, it will be remembered. I would have had history recall me in other ways, but this will be good enough, especially if all of you can be rewarded for your hard work. And as Carl looked at the various humans and aliens busy at their duty stations on the bridge, we had no love lost on the Empire either, Captain. We owe you our thanks for keeping us alive, allowing us to pay them back all these years. We'd keep going too. I know, but the New Republic has made peace with the remnants. Zazen sighed. One cannot underestimate the allure of peace. I think perhaps we finally earned some ourselves. 10 cents reversion, Captain. Thank you, Quar. Zazen waved a hand towards the viewpoint. Behold, Doctor, our destiny. The tunnel of light shattered into countless stars of varying hues. They had come out into the middle of nowhere, literally a point in space that had been selected only because gravitational forces made it perfect for speeding the way from the Garki to the bastion in the Imperial remnant. This place is supposed to be empty. Empty it was not. Aside from the burning wreckage of a twisted freighter spinning madly, life pods and yachts darting about a large object hung there in space. Zazen thought at first it had to be an asteroid because of its appearance. Uneven surface and torpid pace. Other smaller asteroids seemed to orbit around it and then streaked out on attack runs on the yachts. And now they're orienting on us. Zazen spun away from the viewpoint. Well, shields up now, deploy the freighters. I don't know how some fool managed to fit a hyperdrive core to an asteroid, but he's not stealing our ships. Gunnery, get a firing solution on the big rock and open it up, as ordered, Captain. Even as he issued orders and pondered making a planetoid somehow mobile, Zazen knew that the line of reasoning did not explain the smaller rocks that moved like starfighters. Sensors, what's going on out there? A Duros looked up at the holographic displays of data, his long face wearing an expression that was even more morose than usual. Gravitic anomalies, sir, everywhere? Tractor beams, gravity well generators? Different, sir. The Duros frowned as a wash of data filled his holograph with overlapping spheres of color. Focused hydro beams more powerful. The Freelance's turbo laser batteries opened up, sending long streams of sizzling red bolts at the asteroid. The shots looked to be on target, then deviated sharply in their flight. The bolts sharpened their angle of attack, coming together nearly a half kilometer before they hit the asteroid. Zazen expected the beams to flash through the new focal point and still hit the target, but instead they vanished. What happened? Guns, sensors, what happened? His gunner and Eotran named Mirapag shook his head in disbelief. We had firing solutions, Captain. We were on target. The Duros Alun Daviran stabbed a quivering finger at the small sphere in the holograph. The gravitic anomaly pulled the shots in. It is as if they are using a black hole to shield themselves. Zazen turned to look at the data and watched as the sphere in question expanded and moved towards the frigate. At the moment of contact, a jolt ran through the ship. Alarms began to sound, announcing that the starboard shield had collapsed. Come out to a heading of 57 Mark 12, ahead fall, sheer off whatever that beam is. Another one coming in, Captain. It will take the aft shield. Penn Grasha, the Freelance's starfighter control officer, shouted above the warring sirens. Captain, our freighters are having their shields stripped to their blasters and lasers are not getting through to the enemy. The Duros waved a hand, then grabbed his sensor station in a tight grip, raced for impact. They fired upon us. Impact as Zazen turned towards the viewpoint and saw a sizzling golden ball, something of plasma, flashed past. It caught the frigate in a mid-maneuver, hitting just port of center. The port shield caught the blast, collapsed in seconds, sending a shower of sparks through the bridge and skittering one crewman across the floor. A heartbeat later, whatever had gotten through the shield slammed into the Freelance's armored hull. Thank goodness we have extra armor. Zazin had devoted a lot of resources to reinforcing the armor on the frigate. It had stood up to shots from an Imperial Star Destroyer before, and they lived to tell about it. We also ran away so we could tell about it. The impact momentarily knocked the ship's artificial gravity generators out of phase, so Zazin flew from his feet and into Dr. Carl. Within a second, gravity returned, dropping both of them to the deck, but neither landed too hard. Zazin rose to one knee and helped the doctor up into a sitting position as he turned to look at the Duros. What was that? I don't know, Captain, but it's still eating into the hull. The blue-skinned alien payload I project a hull breach on the deck, 7 in 20 seconds. Evac of the area and close the bulkheads. More shots incoming. No, this can't be happening. Zazin's hands, both of flesh and metal, convulsed into fists. He pushed aside the despair and panic raging through him. Time to be the sort of man that causes a crew to be so loyal. Henry, call our fighters, load those without hyperdrive spurs, plot me a jump out of here. The gravitic anomalies are constantly shifting. Calculating a jump solution is impossible. Are they enough to prevent us from jumping? No, but Zazin snarled and staggered to a knee as another shot from the asteroid shook the freighter. Then jumped blind, sending accordance to our fighters, but jump blind. Captain, a blind jump could kill us. A blind jump might kill us. Zazin stabbed a finger at the viewpoints, but they will kill us. Do it, Quark. Do it now. As ordered, Captain. Twi'lek started punching coordinates into the navigomputer, ready to jump in 5 seconds, Captain. 4, 3. Zazin looked at the viewpoints and saw a glowing golden ball expanding to fill it. He didn't know who his attackers were, why they were there, or how their weapons functioned. As he pondered those things, the new view of space exploded. In that moment, somehow he knew that while having an answer to his questions might bring him some inner peace, the same would not be said of the New Republic.